Did you know that the secret to transforming your life's biggest challenges into your greatest opportunities might have been discovered over 2,000 years ago? Imagine facing life's storms with a calm so powerful that nothing could shake your inner peace. Sounds like a superpower, right? Well, it's not a fantasy. This ancient superpower is Stoicism. It teaches us that while we can't control every aspect of our lives, we have absolute power over how we choose to react. In today's world, where uncertainty seems to be the only certainty, these teachings could be the anchor we've all been searching for. Stoicism isn't just about thinking, it's about living. It's about finding purpose, resilience, and happiness, no matter what life throws your way. Today, we are going to dive deep into 9 profound lessons from Stoicism that can help you achieve inner peace and mastery over your emotions. So, stay with me. Let's embark on this journey of self-discovery together. The sovereignty of the mind. Embrace what you can control. Epictetus, the Stoic sage, offers us a fundamental lesson that serves as the cornerstone of Stoic philosophy: the dichotomy of control. At the heart of this teaching is the recognition that our lives are divided into 2 categories: things we can control and things we cannot. Epictetus advises us to invest our energy only in what falls within our sphere of control: our thoughts, our actions, our intentions. Everything else, the weather, the economy, the opinions of others, is external. When we try to control the uncontrollable, we suffer. We become anxious, frustrated, and helpless. But when we focus on our internal world, we find freedom. Imagine life as an archery contest. You control the training, the aim, the tension of the bow, and the moment of release. But once the arrow leaves the string, a gust of wind might blow it off course. The target might move. The Stoic finds peace in shooting well, not in hitting the target. By concentrating on our own actions, we free ourselves from the burden of the outcome. The dance with destiny, the power of acceptance. Once we understand what we control, we must learn to accept what we don't. This is the lesson of acceptance, championed by Marcus Aurelius. Life is a symphony of ups and downs. Resistance to the natural course of events leads only to turmoil. Marcus Aurelius urges us to embrace the reality of life's unpredictability. To accept is not to give up. It is to align yourself with the flow of the universe. Think of a ship struggling against a relentless current. The more it fights, the more it is battered. But if it learns to navigate the current, to use the water's energy, it moves with grace. This is the essence of amor fati, loving your fate. When you accept the present moment as if you had chosen it, you stop being a victim of circumstance and become a master of your own peace. You greet each moment with an equanimous heart, finding serenity even in the storm. The answer of the Nove. Practice mindfulness. Seneca, the great statesman, illuminates a crucial lesson for those seeking calm: the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness is the art of inhabiting the now. It is the antidote to the affliction of rumination, the ceaseless churning of the mind over past regrets and future anxieties. Seneca reminds us that the present moment is the only time that truly exists. Why is it so hard to stay present? Our minds are cluttered with noise, but living in the present gives meaning to the small, everyday experiences. When you eat, savor each bite. When you walk, feel the ground under your feet. When someone speaks, listen actively. These simple acts bring us back to the richness of life. Seneca said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." By anchoring ourselves in the now, we find a sanctuary where the mind can rest. The forge of character. Cultivate resilience. Adversity is not a foe to be feared, but a chisel that sculpts the masterpiece of our character. This is the lesson of resilience, taught by Epictetus. The Stoics did not perceive adversity as suffering, but as training. They believe that a life without challenge produces a weak spirit. Epictetus beckons us to stand steadfast like the unyielding oak, unshaken by the tempest. It is not the events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments of them. When we view hardship as an opportunity to practice virtue, we transform pain into power. We emerge from the crucible of struggle not broken, but tempered like steel. Resilience is not about avoiding the storm. It's about learning to dance in the rain. It's about proving to yourself that you are stronger than whatever life throws at you. The sacred pause. Choose your response. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our power. This is the lesson of choice. Epictetus reminds us that while we cannot control external events, we have absolute dominion over our reactions. We are not puppets pulled by the strings of circumstance. We are the authors of our own responses. When faced with a challenge, do not react impulsively. Pause. Consult your reason. Align your response with the 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. By choosing your response, you preserve the sanctity of your inner calm. You become a fortress that no insult or misfortune can breach. You realize that no one can hurt you without your consent. The wealth of less. Limit excessive desires. Seneca teaches us the lesson of moderation. He warns that unbridled desire is a form of slavery. We are taught that happiness comes from getting what we want. The Stoics taught that happiness comes from wanting what we get. When we constantly chase more money, more status, more pleasure, we are filling a bucket with a hole in the bottom. We are in a permanent state of lack. Seneca encourages us to simplify our desires, to seek only what is necessary for a virtuous life. In this simplification, we unearth the true treasures of contentment. We realize that wealth is not having great possessions, but having few wants. When you stop chasing the horizon, you realize you are already home. You find a peace that is independent of external fortune. The compass of the soul. Be virtuous. The essence of Stoicism resides in the unwavering commitment to virtue, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These are the pillars of a good life. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Virtue is the only sole good, because it is the only thing that cannot be taken from you. You can lose your health, your wealth, your reputation, but you can never lose your character unless you choose to give it away. To be virtuous is to align your actions with the moral order of the universe. It is to act with fairness, to face fear with courage, to see the world with wisdom, and to control your impulses with temperance. When you live virtuously, you have nothing to fear, because you are at peace with yourself. The dust of kings. Understand transience. Marcus Aurelius constantly reflected on the transience of life. He did not do this to be morbid, but to be present. Memento mori, remember you will die. This thought strips away the trivial and reveals what is truly important. It reminds us that our time is limited. When you understand that everything is temporary, your joy, your pain, your life itself, you stop clinging. You stop wasting time on petty grievances. You start living with urgency and gratitude. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. This realization is not a burden. It is a liberation. It frees you to live fully, to love deeply, and to appreciate the incredible journey that is life. The Alchemist's Stone, the value of gratitude. Seneca taught that gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a perspective. It is the ability to see the abundance in your life rather than the lack. The ungrateful mind is always looking at what is missing. The grateful mind sees the blessings. When you wake up, are you frustrated by the alarm? Or are you grateful for another day of life? Gratitude turns what we have into enough. It builds resilience. It strengthens relationships. It is the light that dispels the shadow of scarcity. By focusing on the good, we cultivate a sense of contentment that shines from within. Let us fill our glasses half full, raise them high, and toast to the beauty of life. Cheers to finding the silver lining, even on the cloudiest of days. These lessons are not just ancient history. They are a manual for living a good life today. By embracing control, acceptance, mindfulness, resilience, choice, moderation, virtue, transience, gratitude, and growth, we build an inner fortress that can withstand any storm. We learn to navigate life's twists and turns with grace. We find peace in the chaos. We become the architects of our own happiness. If this video resonated with you, don't let the inspiration end here. Take these lessons and apply them. Start small, pick one principle, and live it today. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Until we meet again, remember to live not just for the applause, but for the cause of being your most genuine self. Take care, and see you on the next step of our journey.